Usually for machine learning algorithms, you need a lot of examples. And these examples need to be labeled. So you need probably a human to go in, look at all the data and manually label it and say like, okay, this is that. And that takes ages. And it's extremely costly to gather all the data that you need to get properly labeled data. The nice thing about self-supervised learning is that you can actually let an algorithm roam free in the world, more or less, and let it learn from what it sees surrounding it. So GPT-tree, which I just mentioned, is a very good example. So GPT-tree reads a couple of sentences and then it tries to predict the next few words. And because it's able to predict the next few words, it had to figure out what came before it. And just through this process, trying to just predict the next few words, just predict what comes next, it is able to pick up on what is normal in the world, what it's expected to happen. And if you look at how kids learn, it's actually very similar, right? Kids go out around in the world and they're amazed by everything because everything is new. And we as adults, we have seen so many things. So everything we see around us is so recognizable. And that's because in our brains, we have these small prediction engines that continuously predict what happens next. And only when the prediction is very far off from the reality, we become aware of it. Again, driving a car and suddenly there's a cat in front of your car. You don't expect that, at least I don't. Then I obviously get, well, triggered and I hopefully push the brake in time, right? So that is something unexpected that happens and then you need to react and do something about it. That's usually when, well, you have your reflexes, but sometimes when your consciousness is called for and you need to do things.